Okay, welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Thursday, a wonderful Thursday. So it's large project night. We're working on the Chiefs end zone inlay. I'm also messing with my laptop. For some reason, it's taking forever to get going tonight. No, that's not what I want. But I hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Hope you're having a good week. And it's been a okay Thursday for the most part. Man, is it really that far behind? Okay, there it goes. I was like, okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and get into it, but I do thank everybody that stops by and watches, and don't forget to give the like and the shares and all that good stuff. I will say this has probably been the best Thursday of the year for the most part, and that's not saying much that nothing happened. Man, the past several Thursdays have been kind of sucky, but this one, it's just been a Thursday at least, I guess. So, if oh yeah, I need to make sure I turn the music on again. So we're just working on this. I got nothing done on it last week, since last Thursday. I moved out of the way Friday last week, and it didn't get seen again until about an hour and a half ago. I was hoping to get in some time today on it, but just never did. Oh. Forgot to mute my thingy. Hopefully you're not getting double audio. There we go. That'll fix that. I was like, I'm hearing weird things. What's going on? I don't know. Just been one of those days again, like I said, nothing major, but everything's like 2 steps forward, 1.5 steps back. I do have, working on all the video, got a concert, final senior farewell concert is Tuesday. So after that, I'll have all the video that I pretty much need, and I'm nowhere near where I should be at this point. But I will say, most time concerts aren't for another. Final concerts normally aren't until the end of May. Normally about a week to 2 weeks before graduation. So their final concert is early this year, so that's kind of throwing me all off. But they do have a trip, so everything's a little weird this year. But I'm going to have to really get pounding on that. Get that all done now. Start preparing for next year. At least one more year in me, I'm hoping. I don't know. I have really debated this spring. It's like, man, I don't want to leave them hanging right now. I want to let them know kind of at the beginning of the school year, this is my last year type thing. And it will really only be for doing the every event and DVDs. I'd still help run their website. I'm the alumni of the band too, so I kind of in touch with all the alumni. I'd still take care of that. It'd just be the getting to every event. I'd still get to some events. I'd still probably go to the homecoming. I'll probably end up hitting a competition just so I can watch other bands. And without videotaping, I videotaped so many years now. I don't know what it's actually like to go to a band event and just hang out and watch anymore for the most part. I mean, at a competition, I'll get to see some other bands. Depending on where and when. Sometimes, though, it's like I only get to see the band or two before them, and then afterwards I'm packing up and helping them out and all that. So, just kind of depends. But yeah, I haven't been to one where I haven't had a camera out in so many years. It's kind of weird. Alright, so all those are done. Yeah, we're on, this is row 151. So we'll work it up. We go to, I think we got 2 more rows after this. before the sea starts shrinking up in the middle. But I say this all the freaking time and it never happens. I'm hoping to get some done on it this weekend. I will say though one thing, I don't have any laser work that needs to go out tomorrow or Saturday. I do have some jobs I need to get done, but neither of them are planned for shipping out this weekend. So I plan on doing my laser stuff on Saturday, which will be somewhat of a help in a way. I mean, either day, but I'm hoping that'll allow me more time to get over here and get into this. The big question will be if I can battle the cat and win. I'm a big old buzzy boy. I hate kicking him off the chairs. And I can't move him. He's a freaking 15-pound... becomes... well, you know how cats are liquid? Yeah. Whenever I try to slide my hands under him to move him, he becomes liquid. And he just, he's like, you know, I can try to pick him up. Sometimes I can get him okay, other times not. But, you know, depending on what's going on, it had a weird cut to it. You know, I hate bugging him. And I move around so much, you know, cat likes to get comfortable and be there for hours. I'm moving around. I'm never sitting in my one chair, really, for any length of time. 30 minutes at any given time before I'm moving to another part of the work area. Either working on chainmail, working on laser stuff, working on graphics on the computer. So, and I've tried to give him his own chair and set him up his own place so he's comfortable. He'll always have it, and I don't have to fight with him. But he doesn't want it. He wants to sit in the chairs I need. Or, oh, he did get up. I wonder where he went. I had a fight with him just to get the chair. He wasn't on the chair. I got him off the chair earlier and blocked the chair from usage from him earlier, hoping to get over here. But then he ended up sleeping on the floor where this chair sits in front of my bench. So when the stream started tonight, I had to kind of fight with him to get the chair here. And he just sat there. So when I actually started the stream, he was still under my feet. If I would have put my feet on the floor, I would have stepped on him. But he wandered off now. I don't know where he's gone off to. He's not on my other chair because I have it blocked off too. I've tried 3 different chairs and all kinds of different spots for him to go to, and he doesn't seem to care for any of them. One chair he did like, but it was he slept in it for a couple days, but then he thought it would be, he's old, he has a problem going to the potty room sometimes with his rewiring and stuff. You know, he's got issues. He decided to start peeing on it, so it was like, okay, that chair's gone, you're not going to be doing that. And he stopped doing that, so that was good with any other chair. But he just, you know, the chair I sit in at the bench, I bought a set of 2 of those. I actually have 2 of those chairs. And I tried to move the other one over and have him use it, but no, he wants the one that I need. And if I try to use the other chair, he will use it then. You know, because like I said, they're both the same style chair, bar stools style chairs. And he just wants the one that's in front of the bench, partially because I think he likes to sit up here on the chair and look at my bench and stuff. He won't get up on the bench very often, but every once in a while he'll get up here, and I think that's why he likes it. And I've got another normal desk style chair, basically like the one I use, that I tried to put right beside me, and he doesn't even want to use it. He's like, no, I want the one you're sitting in. Like, you little freak boy. Hey Barb, it's the Bard. It's my Bard. How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good week. At least a halfway decent week, I hope. I'll say it's a little bit better because the son got to come home from the hospital yesterday, so that helps a bit, other than, you know, whenever you're in a hospital stay for a while and you come out of a hospital stay, it's like you need a vacation. Doing pretty good. Like I said, this is probably the best Thursday I've had in a while. Other than, the only reason I can say it's best because nothing bad happened, but nothing good happened either. So it's just it's a Thursday. Getting some chain mail done. Pretty nice day outside for the most part. We were up in the lower 70s finally, and we did have a little storm move through though. Weird little storm. It was so small in a way. Didn't last but like 15 minutes, but it got cloudy. Nothing happened. Started getting sunny again, and the storm started rolling. And so we had the storms coming in with a little bit of hail, but the sun was out. Man, how's your son? Now, like I was saying, he's out of the hospital, at least. I mean, there's nothing more. They've done everything they can there. Now it's more of a waiting game to see if all the meds and everything they're changing up will kind of get the kidney out of rejection mode, I guess. So now it's just kind of wait and see. You still got to go back in, was it 2-3 times a week for some things? At least it's not dialysis right now. But overall, he's just happy to be home. I'm glad to have him home. But they had to put another new port in, you know, up on his chest area to get to it because his veins are so messed up through all these years. Because he had to do a couple other things too, like they did the last time when he had the autoimmune disease that was kicking his ass. But like I said, he's home and he's happy about that. He looks a little worn down, but you know, all the treatments that they were doing, that must be rough for him. Yeah, I mean, it's something we thought was kind of over with because he dealt with everything for, you know, for a while when he first went into kidney failure. You know, he was in the hospital for about a month and a half then. And then when he finally got out, he went back about 2 weeks after he got out. He had to go back because they actually had, at that time, hadn't diagnosed the Good Pasture's autoimmune disease. And so it took out the kidneys, so they were just working on the kidneys. Then it started going after his lungs. So he went back in 2 weeks later. They put him in a coma for a week. Finally got the autoimmune disease under control. It was in about 2 more weeks after that, and he got out. But then it was dialysis for almost 4 years, 3 days a week. And then he got the transplant, and things were going good. And trying to get him motivated back to life. Like, yeah, your 20s are pretty much gone. I feel sorry for you on that front for sure. Though, honestly, I probably needed to skip my 20s. So, yeah, now, like I said, it's just kind of a wait and see type thing, and hope for the best and do what we can. It's about what we had to do before, so. I know he's just done with it, though. I think that kind of really set back his thought process with it. It's trying to, you know, they normally say after 3 years after transplant, nothing happens, you're doing pretty good, you're looking set, you know. We were looking at all that, getting motivated to start, you know, getting on his own thing and getting back into life. And I can see in his eyes, it's like I can see that I'm gonna have to start back over a little bit. I don't know, I kind of laugh about it, but I mean, he deals with it though. I will say I don't know how exactly, because some of the things he's had to go through and stuff. I'm like, I mean, maybe you have to go through it to do it, but I'm like, the willpower he's had to do what he's done, I'm like, man, I just don't know if I could. That'd be so So hard. Today is also my youngest granddaughter's 1-year birthday today. She had a party this past weekend, and today's her actual birthday. Alright, Barb, you have a great night. Glad to have you drop in and check us out. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out. I'm pointing at the camera that's not on tonight. Thanks for dropping in, Barb. It's the Bard. She's not leaving. Well, yeah, we're just going to continue working this up. I don't know how long we'll go tonight. Like I said, we'll always go at least an hour, but we might go a little more tonight too. Kind of depends. Don't have anything I necessarily absolutely need to do after this stream other than normal housework, kitchen, you know. A little extra, you know, since the boy can't do a whole lot right now. With the port in, he can't use weight and stretch and all that good stuff, so little extras around the house I gotta get done. The wife and her autoimmune diseases. every day, run your ragged, doing everything you can do. Well, that's part of life. You gotta do what you gotta do. Just glad I can do what I do, I guess, you know. I enjoy doing my chainmail. Wish I could do more, but I do. I do put too many things out there to do. You know, I'd probably be able to focus more and get more stuff done on the business side if I didn't do the band stuff. But it's fun to do that to me. So for me, you know, to do that, it's fun for me. So I enjoy kind of doing it, but I just probably need to get more focused into one thing, you know, and get that stuff going. I need to get my website figured out. I keep playing around with some of the other stores, if you want to call them that, software, to see if I like one better than the other. They're all kind of a pain in the way, and maybe that's what's good about using it Etsy, but, you know, people hate the Etsy too, and it's like, you know, everybody already wants chunks of money if you start setting up Etsy stores and pay, you know, it's just like, that's why I'd rather do my own thing. But, you know, if I could advertise myself more, maybe that would help. But I do always talk about how it feels weird to try to advertise myself. That's why I almost need somebody that can do that kind of stuff for me. Then I wouldn't have to worry about it. And that's why I was like, if I had somebody do that, and I, you know, do the web work stuff, have somebody that could do pictures, and all I could do is just worry about chainmail, that'd be so sweet. Well, and then if I didn't have the band stuff, I'd have, who knows, man, I could probably put out a medium-sized inlay a month if I was able to just only worry about doing chainmail anymore. Hopefully I wasn't in camera angle there with my hat. I'm starting to lean over a little bit there. But let me give a quick look around. Looks like everything's going good for the most part. Looks like I had a few little hiccups there, so hopefully things are going good. I know I can see comments, so that's good too. But don't forget to check us out. We're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So if you're on any of those platforms, go over, find us, give us a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. The more the merrier. I still don't know what we're going to call Monday night's project yet, but I also I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but I have gotten a little bit more done on it. That is something I planned on spending an hour and a half to 2 hours on a Sunday. at least in my tentative weekend plan, because I want to get to a point. I need to get 2 more parts done so that I can really see if it's going to be feasible to do what I want it to do. I think it's going to end up coming together quicker than I planned on, about like my last project for Monday night. But this one, like I said, this will actually be the single biggest inlay that I've done. I call my jersey an inlay, and it is, but it's a jersey, it's not just a hanging. So, at 20,000 rings, 15,000 from my Chiefs flag that I did for Vicky, and then just over 14,000 for Mahomes, and most of my portrait pictures will be that size, so they'll be right around 14,000. So they'll be a little bit smaller than what we're doing. But the thing is I have another one of these to do. This is just one of 2. Now the second one, I don't know if I'm going to do on a stream or not. Since we're doing this one on stream and it's taking us forever. I actually do not have the supplies to start out the second one yet. So, when I do get the supplies, I don't know if it's something I'm just going to do on the side, outside of a stream. Again, if I do it that way, because I won't need to do a time lapse, I might be able to get it done a lot quicker that way. Because if it's just sitting here and, you know, like I said, when it comes to doing all this stuff, I've said it before, you know, for a stream, I start at 7:30. My time, you know, for the stream starts at 7:30, but I actually start 6 o'clock is my pre-setup. 6 o'clock, I make sure I have my table set up, cleaned off, have whatever project we're going to work on, if I know what I'm going to do or whatnot. And so I get that by 6:30. That's when I get the cameras turned on. I get the program opened up, check all that, make sure everything's working, sound's working, blah blah blah. Do quick runs around if I need to grab something to eat. If I remember to grab something to eat, go to the bathroom, you know, do all that. By 7, I'm sitting down. I get my laptop warmed up and ready. Double check cameras. That's when I make sure all my, because with the way I run my stream, I actually have 3 separate web pages open going to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And my OBS software, you can pre-do one within the OBS, and I have that one set up to do my Facebook, and then I have an add-on to OBS to have a multiple output stream. And so then I send it individually out to both Twitch and YouTube. And so then I have web pages open to YouTube and Twitch for the streams to be activated there. So, and then you got the details you got to set up for each one of those. And so, like I said, it is a chore to get set up every night. I mean, by everything said and done, you know, I got the hour to an hour and a half before the stream. We stream for an hour, so we're up to about 2.5 to 2.5-ish hours. Afterwards, there's a little bit of closing down time to get the cameras off, system shut down, all the extra windows shut down. By everything said, you know, a daily stream is about a 3-hour ordeal, 3.5 hours sometimes. So even though I'm only streaming for a little bit, it is a bit of a chore. That's one reason why I decided I was only going to do it 3 to 4 days a week, unless there's a special project going, because of the setup time. Now, when I was doing the Chiefs flag and we were constantly streaming, I did actually leave my cameras on, even though there might be an hour or two I wasn't doing anything, but it was ready. So all I had to basically do is just walk by the computer, press record, and off you went. You know, so, and that helped. Oh, come on, slide over. Kids are watching. Hi, Pawpaw. Did you guys just post that? I'm not showing anybody in the room, so I wasn't sure. Hi. Hi. Can't really wave. I don't have the other camera on tonight, so. Are you guys watching on YouTube, maybe? I know sometimes you guys, I don't see.
And there was one night. Oh, it was when I was using the phone. When I streamed from the phone, I had so much more information that I can get from streaming on my computer. Strange, weird. I don't get it at all. But it's a little annoying. I don't want to necessarily know the people, but you know, it's nice when that, and like on the Twitch side, where I actually go and watch it, I don't see the people there. But if I was to go watch it from how they would watch it, I would see people. So they're all a little wonky. So I don't know if they're still there, but hello, kids. Happy birthday to the Annabelle. I was telling her happy birthday earlier in the stream. My 1-year-old grandkid who still looks at me in horror. She has her days. Some days she's perfectly fine, other days she's like, nope, I don't want anything to do with you, you weird bearded monster. She has her days. She's a little cutie patootie though. A little froggy. But, I mean, we don't get a... She doesn't see me a ton, so, you know. Plus, it's always when they get a little older and start understanding things is when they really like the grandpa for a year or two before they start hating the grandpa again. Grandpa's mean. It's like when they just start talking, Grandpa's fun. When they learn some more talking, Grandpa's mean. Rawr. So, where are we at here anyway? We're probably, what, 20-ish? 25-ish? 25 minutes in? So, we're getting a little bit done here. I guess we're about at basically a row because we started out about right in here, which is around half-ish way, I think, when we started tonight. I did get finished with, did 32 inches last night of the JPL3 in the square. And I decided to go ahead and stop there because I'm like, I just don't know exactly. I'm probably going to need more. But I need to get more into the project and then decide, because I could totally go a different direction. I'll still be using it in a way. Well, I will be using it no matter which way, but how I'm going to incorporate it, it might be a little different. So I could go probably no less than the 30, but I could go even much higher than the 45 that I thought. I started playing around with it a little bit, so we'll see what happens with that when we get into doing a little bit more of that. I'd like to get in a little bit of work on that project this weekend, but again, there's actually several parts of that thing I'm still trying to figure out design-wise how I'm going to do it. So, and some of it is going to need to be trial and error. I'm going to have to just sit down and kind of play with some things, and it's going to incorporate a little bit of wire bending, which I have done very little of, and I will say it was horrible. I have this, it is over in the other room. I try to make, wire, those wire trees, they wrap a bunch of wire together and have the roots, and I had some old crap, green, super soft, aluminum wire that I tried to make a tree out of. Now, one, I didn't have a lot of the wire, so I tried to downsize the tree so it wasn't quite as big as round. And it just come out looking so funny looking. I kept it only because it was so awful. I wanted to throw it away because it was so awful, but I was like, it's the first thing I ever actually tried to necessarily wire bend per se. I've done some here and there, but nothing major. So I was like, well, I'm going to keep it even though it's the stupidest looking thing I have ever seen. So we need 9. Let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Just the right amount that we needed.
But, I guess part of it, when we will stop tonight will depend on if the grandkids are still here or not. When do you guys plan on leaving? I think you guys might have already left. You're still on there. Let me know somewhere. If you're going to be here at 8:30, I'll end after my hour. If you guys are going to be gone before that, I might go a little longer. Maybe she'll be calmed down enough to let me pick her up. She normally likes me picking her up, walking around. We walk around and we talk about the things in the kitchen and in the hallway. We look at stuff and touch stuff. But that is normally after being here a little while and chillied out. When she first got here, she's like, nope. I went to try to put out my hands. I wasn't going to take her, but I put up my hands. Normally a kid will kind of reach out to you too. And she kind of curled into mom and was like, start crying. I was like, they have all done that at one point in time, though, with me. So, let's see. I got a concert Tuesday. And I think it was the 14th. I think it's a Saturday of May. Is their banquet, final band banquet of the year. And that's when I want to have the DVDs done. So, which again is still like 2 weeks earlier than when the normal final concert would be. And I'm hoping to have them done by then. Depends on how things play out, because there will become a few days here that basically I'll be every waking moment of the couple days, I'll be doing nothing but video. I mean, it always happens every year. Normally it's about a week's worth, but it kind of depends. So I'll be getting into it, and after this last concert, that'll give me more of a know where I'm at on everything. And I don't want to stop a stream, but we might take a quick week off there the second week of May if I have to. If I'm really running behind on doing the DVDs and I need to, like I said, it seems like the stream's only an hour, but to do everything I do for a stream, by the time start to finish, it's a 3-hour ordeal, and that time I can get quite a bit of video done. So add that up a couple times in a week, where I could have that time to get these things going. Well, like I said, hopefully it doesn't come to that. I'm going to work towards not having that happen, because I will probably want a break anyway from doing it. It's kind of what the chainmail has done for me for years sometimes. Because there are occasions, and really it's only during concert season video that I'm working on concert video for the DVDs. I can get a little bit of a break when it's doing converting sometime, and that'll give me 20-30 minutes where I can roam all over here and do some chainmail. But most of the other things, they're shorter. Even though a halftime show, 15-minute halftime, they play for 9 minutes of it. I end up having, 15 minutes of video of that halftime, because I start early, let it go till they're off the field. But I also have pregame. They normally play a couple songs, and they got the fight song and all that. So, all in all, I got about 25 minutes of video a night on one camera. Add in the multiple cameras, all of a sudden I've got 3 hours of video that by the time I'm said and done, I'm going to have 9 minutes of video. Hey, Casey. What are you making and where do I get mine? I'm working on a Chiefs end zone inlay to resemble their end zone. It's part one of multiple parts of a piece that eventually all come together as one. But on each side, each end of the piece, there'll be 2 end zones with the Chiefs end zone in each end. And in between, some portraits and a few other tidbits that I haven't necessarily said what they're going to be yet. So that's what we do on Thursday nights. We work on some type of large inlay. Glad to see you drop in and say hey. This is what I do for hours of the day. Most days. Not every day, but most days. This and then over to the computer work. Gotta make the selling of the stuff. Gotta make it, then you gotta sell it. So it's a little bit of making, a little bit of selling. Sounds like that stupid song that is now going to be earwormed into my head that I'm not going to say out loud because I don't want anybody else to have it in their brain. But I do thank you for dropping in. Where are we at here? We're at 36 minutes in. I guess I could. I'm going to wait till I get done with this line. When we get done with this line here, I'll give it a quick stretch out and we'll give a look at it because I'm probably. It's going to be about 4 foot long, 4 foot tall while I'm done. 4 foot by about, what did I say, about 22, 23 inches wide by the time gravity hangs on it. So, it'll have some good length to it when I'm done. Like I said, with the overall project when I'm done, it's going to be roughly 4 foot by 8 foot, somewhere in that range. Depending on if I add more or not to it, because there are a couple other parts that I thought I might add, which will make it larger overall, but this is a couple year project in the making, that's for sure. So, one down, some more down here. One ring at a time. Hope you're having a good week there, Casey. Come on, ring. Why don't you be messed up? Just me's messed up. But I'll definitely be glad to get this one done. Get on to the next. The next one will be a portrait inlay. Those are a little bit funner, a little more. You'll see me, you know. Each row takes a little bit longer in a way because there's so many different color changes, but with the color changes it makes it a little more fun to watch it come together. You know, especially when I get done with the C on this and then it's basically just green end zone for, you know, 10, 12 lines. It's not as much fun as watching color. Can I get one that says ATKZ? Well, we could do that, yeah. I mean, we can do anything. It all comes down to what size you want and all that, because they take a while. Like I said, I had 175 hours into my jersey. The Holmes portrait inlay was 45 hours. This one's going to be roughly 85-ish hours by the time I'm done with this into it. But yeah, I can pretty much make anything. Anything I can get a picture of or design or whatever, basically. That's the hard part on inlays, is getting the pre-work done. Once you get all that done, the tedious part of putting it together. Doesn't take as nearly as long to get the graphics ready as it does to take to do the inlay itself, but if you got the good stuff before you start the inlay, it makes the inlay go so much smoother. I've done inlays where I didn't use a pattern, and oh, so many times you're taking it apart because you just don't like the look of it, you know. If I would have done the pre-work, spent a day on that, it would have been a lot smoother. But you can make them all kinds of different sizes too, like I said, you know. This will be 4 foot and stuff, but I also have another one that I did for my son. If you look back through some way back pictures. Wow, you have far more patience than I do. I actually didn't have nearly as much patience till I actually started doing chainmail full time. I've actually gotten better patience since then. Wife always tells me that. It's like, oh, it's a little therapeutic in a way. Sometimes I can get lost in it, but, you know. It does suck it sometimes, you know, where you spend days and hours just working on something and it's like it's never coming to completion. It's never going to get done. But that's why I try to mix up my nights. You know, Wednesday nights we do a small project where it's a bracelet or a keychain or something that we can we'll start and finish pretty much in a stream in our hour and a half. And then other projects that will take us months and months. And this kind of weave on average is about 12-13 seconds per ring, and this one will have 20,000 rings in it, so that gives you a projection of how long it'll take. A few more though, and we'll get it stretched out here for you. And where are we at? We're at 40, so I haven't done a stretch out. I forgot to last week altogether. I meant to before I started the stream tonight, but I was like, once I started and it wasn't ready, I was like, oh, we'll just do it near the end of the stream tonight. Normally, like I said, Casey, we have normally have 3 cameras going, but on Thursday nights I only go with the one because I do a time lapse of the inlays where I can shrink the 100 hours down to 4 minutes. Makes for much better viewing later on, I guess. So on Thursdays I just go with the one upper camera, because when I got the others, if I was to record that, who wants to watch me in a weird little corner going 90 miles an hour as a time lapse it. But I do have when I got to halfway on this, I time lapse that video up and have it ready, so when I do get done, I should be able to get the video done pretty quickly. Couple more ringies. All good. We'll blame Nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get back on. I hadn't turned on my PlayStation since that final bagger race there a couple Sundays ago, and I don't know who's got stuff going on anymore for a little while. And I do hate the fact that you can't do that stuff on the computer anymore. You have to have the app on your phone, and I use my phone for work stuff, so I don't want to have those apps on there, and so I don't know what's going on right now for any new styled races coming up. Though I do want to chat with Bagger and Nightmare, and thinking about doing a sponsored mini type of series myself. I don't know if anybody would be into it, but though I'd rather race in them, because, you know, more racing I get, more practice in them. But Bagger's been doing such an awesome job putting on these races for us. Oops, forgot to put that ring in. Kind of sucks that he never gets to race in them and never get a race with him. And I was like, well, if I put it on, he'd be able to race, but then I still wouldn't be able to race with him. So it's like, ugh. All right, so let's give this a quick stretch out here. I need to make sure I write down my timestamp here. When I do the time lapse, I'll make sure I cut this part out. Alrighty. Get the rings up out of the way. We're getting much longer on this table now. Said I don't know if I'll be able to fully get it all in the camera view when it's finally fully done. Where am I at? Is my off camera? No, I still got right there, so I'm off camera on the other side. Alright, I think we're still all in the view, so that's our Chiefs End Zone inlay there. Daca's starting up 8 or 9 race season starting this Sunday, I believe. Baggy stepped down so he could join in. Hey, well, that's cool. I'll have to get in there and check that out. I need to turn on the stupid PlayStation. I didn't turn it on this last Sunday. I was going to, but I got some busy doing some more laser stuff. I was like, well, it wasn't a series going on. I figured I'd check it out later. But yeah, so basically we'll have this same kind of space on the other end here when I get to the other end of the sea. So yeah, it all won't fit in camera view. This is even with my wide angle lens on this camera. Because without the wide angle lens, I think I'm about right here. So it's getting there. I think it looks like the end zone. That's what I was going for. So pretty happy with it so far. I'll be more happy with it when I can finally actually hang it up and let gravity do its thing. Because if you go look at any of my pictures, things look so much better when they're actually inlays. Look better when they're hanging. So I imagine this too is going to be roughly about 8 pounds when I'm done. So that's pretty hefty for a inlay too. Oh, it's already getting some good weight to her. Alright, so we were coming down, so we'll work back the other way. Just getting there. Here's a, I don't, yeah, you haven't been here, so I'll show this picture real quick too. This is what we're going for by the time we're done. This is the pre-work I did that makes this part now tedious but easy. Instead of just looking at a picture and trying to guide it together. A lot of ins and out of ring pulling that way, but that's what we're going for. It'll actually hang this way, and the other side will be hanging this way with the portraits in between them. A few things above, a little bit above, below. So, like I said, it's going to be pretty big when it's done. And however many more years it'll take to get there. So yeah, well, tonight is Thursday. I don't know, I might crank on the PlayStation later tonight. Since I'm not going to do any laser work tomorrow. Oh, it's like, where are my rings? Right over here, right over here. I'm in the right spot, or I'll grab the wrong color at some point. Start making a negative side of the Chiefs. That'll be the weird thing if you ever look at the back of an inlay. It's like looking at like an embroidered something from the back side, how it's, you see it, but it's just off. Same thing kind of happens with this. If you turn around backwards, I had my checkerboards up backwards one day at an event. So I was like, why does it look, you know, I started looking at it going, oh, I got it upside down because I'm a dummy. So, alrighty. That was row 152. On to row 153 out of 202 rows. So back to the grind. I'm really keep up the great work. Gotta go. Cool, Casey. Thanks for dropping in and saying hey. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday here doing some racing. I'll have to get on there and check out what's going on so I can get the details on it. But I do appreciate you dropping in, checking us out, man. I know it's probably a little boring in a way, but other nights can be a little funner depending on what we're working on. But you can always go back and check out past videos and just kind of skip through, see what's going on. We did our tic-tac-toe board, finished that up last Monday. And on to our new project on that night. But yeah, I've done boards and ties and all kinds of stuff in the past videos, so check them out. We've been doing streams for a year. If anybody's watching, just catching it now, just seeing what's going on, go back, check out our past videos on YouTube and Facebook. We just had our year anniversary of doing live streams, and we've done all kinds of things through that time, surprisingly. I keep kind of going, what else can I do? Well, there's a ton of things I can do. It's never ending. That's why I just wish there was the magical ring fairy that would show up and just bring me new rings every night when I wake up, and I could do more things. And I got a ton of rings as it is, but you can never have too many. Trust me. Many times I go to do something and it's like, I normally have this size ring, but I don't have enough to do that project. I have enough to where I could do, you know, a necklace and bracelet set, but not enough to do something bigger. Other things, I got so many color, you know. Blue is my big thing. I had planned a blue lampshade. Crap, it's probably been 2.5 years ago now. And ordered them all, had it all planned out. I got them all in. And I ended up going a different direction for the lampshade. Now, it ended up still being blue, but I ended up going with a small, I come across another lamp that was a little bit cooler, but it was a smaller desk lamp instead of a full-size table lamp. And so it wasn't going to need nearly as much material to make a smaller lampshade. And the original one was going to be just more of a coned or a straight cylinder lampshade. The other one that I ended up going with was more of a tapered one, So I used a lot less rings up here at the top than I would have on a... Oh, hiccups. Be careful with those hiccups. So I ended up with a lot of extra blue rings, so that's why I did the tic-tac-toe out of blue, tic-tac-toe board out of blue, doing a few other things out of blue right now to try to use a little bit of it up, because like I said, I had a ton of blue in like 5 different sizes, so I need to use some of it up. Make some room on my, I got 6-inch hooks on my, I made a rolling dolly thing, and I mounted some extra grid walls to it and used the grid walls for storage. I made it into an H shape. At one point I had it in a triangle, but then I made it into an H. It gave me extra 2 panels basically of openness. Works out really well. But on it, most colors have 2 pegs per color. Just that's normally what it'll take to have backup of, bag or 2 of each size ring that I normally carry. Blue is currently using 5 hooks, and I have more in a box. But I also have a lot of bronze and champagne, and what was the other one I have over there? For the next inlay project, I got them in a separate box. I didn't even bother hanging them up on the storage wall. I was like, nah. I'll be using them soon enough. They're specifically for this project, so we will wait to do that. I don't know if the kids left or not. They didn't say anything. So where are we running now? We're at 52. I have no problem going much longer tonight if the kids have left. But if they're still here, I do want to go up and say hey again. I got here at 7 as I was doing the second run through of stuff and stuff, so I only got about 5 minutes with them before the stream started. Well, I mean, I did get to say hi, but... Oh, that's looking good, so we're good. And I do want to thank everybody again. I normally say that at the beginning, too, but don't forget to give the shares and likes out there. And Casey, who just stopped by and said, hey, he's one of the guys on our race team. It might seem like a game, and it is a game. Everybody realizes it's still a game, but to drive good in one of those games and to go up against other good drivers, it makes it so much funner. And I mean, there's some guys that take it seriously, but Casey's an awesome freaking driver, man. I'll never be able to beat him. We had, what was it, Easy? Oh man, I wish you were still here. Was it you? There was one race I came in second. The best race I ever had. Now it was more on a flat track where less turning, but I also had a little strategy in it. I believe it was Casey that I was going up against there at the end, and I could have possibly tried to go for it. Probably wouldn't have been able to take the spot, but I also was like, I'm running second. I'm not going to screw it up because Casey's one of those top drivers, On the team, I'm more of a, lower side driver on our team because we got a lot of good drivers on our team. But, I have fun. It's a little, some can take it a little too seriously, but, it is still a game to me. But I do have fun with it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to it, and if you want to get better at it, it does take practice, about like anything. Yeah, it's the team I'm part of, the Attack Motorsports. They have a YouTube channel. Go over there and check that out. They have round table replays, and we do some live events on there. Most Sunday nights, somebody's streaming it to that channel. I'll be racing on my Sunday nights, is normally when I'm on those. So head over there and check them out. Like I said, Attack Motorsports, IRST, International Racing, ISRT, International Sim Racing Team. All right. I was glad to see. I know a few people from the team has dropped by before. They didn't really say anything. They're like, yeah, I was there the other night. I didn't post anything, but I dropped by for about 10 minutes. And Like I said, I can tell when I have people here. I just don't know who those people are. Sometimes I'll get a message later saying, "Hey, I was over watching your stream tonight," so I'll be like, "Okay." So, and if they're asking me a question about a certain part of the video, it's like, "Okay, I remember that I had 2 people there. One person was talking, so you must have been the second person there." But like I said, if you're here when I'm streaming live, it's great. If you're watching later, even better in a way. I mean, it's great to have you here live, but if people are watching later, at least somebody's watching. I'm still trying to figure out how I can... I've seen other people do some, walkthrough tutorial type things and videos, and that's what I want to do too on some basic weaves. But I haven't figured out how to get their video, how they do them. It's like they have a camera sitting like right here for right here, and I can't work that way. It felt so weird. I couldn't see what I was doing. But I'm going to still play around and see. I'd like to kind of do some walkthroughs for some of the weaves that I weave a little bit differently than others, just to put it out there, because there are a lot of people that weave differently, and I have found those weaves on when I've watched videos going, sometimes they've helped me, not all the times, but sometimes I'm already doing what they're doing. Sometimes what they're doing I just don't like and can't do, or it seems slower to me, or is slower. But other times there's been people that has like picked up a little trick here and there. It's like, hey, now, well, there's a lot of great YouTube chainmailers out there. Some good chainmailers that do some streaming. Hopefully Joshua Bracken over at Bracken Mail will start streaming again. He had some things going on that took away from his streaming, but there's also Mailworks on Facebook. Sean over there does great work. His streams are live stream. His business is printed chainmail accessories, shirts, shoes, hats, etc. with chainmail printed on them. If you ever catch any of my Wednesday nights, I always wear my Wednesday night is my chainmail shirts from him. Monday night, I normally wear my chainmail shirt I got from a friend, a fellow chainmailer, and a customer, Tara. So, go check those out. Let's see here. We got there. Haven't marked these off for a little while. It's all the same until I get to right here. I just need to double check that I'm getting the right ones, because eventually I will start having a different count in here as the C starts taking shape. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I said 9, right? Yeah. Yeah, where are we at? Right at an hour. Should have grabbed my phone real quick and see if their car is still here. I don't want to run over there and holler up the steps. It's awful quiet up there, so it makes me think they're not here, but sometimes they can get into either playing a game or watching a movie and quiets them all up. There was a little crying earlier. But I do thank everybody again for dropping in. I'll go ahead and do a little bit of an ending spiel here in case I do to go ahead and close it up. Don't forget to give the likes, shares, and all that good stuff. Find us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Check us out on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays is when we do our live stream, but all our videos are up after that point, 7:30 p.m. Central on those days. If you ever have any questions or anything when it comes related to chainmail or even laser work, drop me a line. If you want some custom laser work done, let me know. It is becoming more of part of the business in a way, but I still love my chainmail and it'll be the heart of it. But, I'm expanding a little bit on my laser side, trying to, whatever people want, I want to do. And if it's something I can do, I want to do it. So, that's where we're at on that front. So drop me a line. And if there's anything for like our stream, our live stream, if you think that you got an idea that would be cool to do during the stream, maybe a little game, or you got an idea of something you'd like to see be built during the stream. If you're a customer and you want to order something and you want to have your piece built on a stream, let me know. Contact me. I'm more than willing to build it on a stream, you know, depending on what it is. If it's something smaller, it could obviously be done quicker, but even a larger project, it might take a little bit longer. But if you want to watch it being built, I can do a stream. We can work it out a way, you know. If you want to watch every single bit of it being streamed and built, we could do that. Or, you know, I have set times that we'll be working on it, and then I'll work on it outside that time too, so you can see little jumps and skips of it getting more and more done as we come back to it. So kind of whatever y'all want to do. Like I said, I like to personally contact most everybody that orders stuff from me, make sure we're getting everything done, we got the right order, and you know, you're getting what you want. I don't like to have screwed up orders, so I normally double check, and I like to have that little personal touch. I don't think there's anybody ever that I have not emailed personally after an order, out of all the people that have ordered. And just double verified some things, you know, if I had a question. Or sometimes I've had it happen a couple times where I think people were ordering and I know what they're wanting, but they didn't quite order it correctly. So when I contact them, it's always easier just to double verify that stuff. We get the order fixed before anything goes further. So I like to take a little extra personal touch on that. But you can contact me through email or on our Facebook pages. I guess there are some ways you can contact through YouTubes, and I'm not sure about the Twitchy. But plenty of ways to get a hold of me. Like I said, just drop a line in any of those places. I get messages in email, through the business pages, through my personal pages with some people that are chain mailers that have become friends through the years. So I mean, plenty of ways to find me. So just drop lines when you can. We are over an hour now. I'm going to finish up this green, and then I'm going to grab my phone and check the cameras and see if they're still here. If they're not here, I will continue to work. If they are here, I will close down the stream for the night. And it will be the last stream of the week, so I hope you all have a great weekend. Like I said, I got a concert Tuesday, and then by the end of next week, I'll know for sure if I'm going to take a week off or not of doing the streams. We'll kind of have to play that by ear next week. I don't want to. I'd much rather keep my streams going, but if I need to, you know, that'd be an extra 12, 14 hours by the time the week's over that I could put in and get these things done and pushed out. So we'll just have to see, like I said, when next week comes along and we see where we are. And this weekend too, if I can get a good chunk of done, you know. I'm trying to work during the day with doing my marching videos because, like I said, they're shorter and quicker for converting. And then the longer events, like the winter concerts and stuff that are much longer, I try to do those convertings and get those going while I'm going to bed. So, let me see here. Grabbing my phone. Give a refresh here. Yeah, are you going to be a pain in my phone and not show me? Sometimes the camera... Oh, they are gone. That's a bummer. But we'll get back to doing some more chainmail here. I wasn't sure if they'd still be here by the time I got going or not. So, alright, so we're here. So we'll continue for a little bit longer. They're not here. Yeah, I just seen that. I checked the phone cameras to see. I was going to go ahead and close down the stream if they were still here, but I got a nice little run going here, so I'd rather just kind of continue to go for a little bit. Finish up this line, come back a little bit on it maybe before we close up for tonight. Since I hadn't gotten much into it, what row are we on now? 153, so it's getting progress, we'll say that much. Oh, won't have to chase that one down later. I actually did a ring pickup off the floor today. I sat down on the floor, I was petting on the old buzzard sitting down there, and I was like, hey, I'm here. I made it to the floor. Since I'm here, let me crawl around and pick up all these rings. I ended up finding, what was it, 9? which really wasn't too bad since it'd been a couple weeks since I got down there and picked them up last. I don't normally lose a whole lot. I don't have a lot of slipping. If I am doing like stainless something, normally they'll fling in front of me, and I've got that stopper and all the stuff that kind of stops it from going off. Normally the rings I drop are ones I pick up and drop, and they roll in front of me and onto the floor. On top of Old Smoky, all covered with cheese, I dropped my poor meatball and somebody sneezed. I'm a crazy old guy. I'm that crazy old man. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. So I have been saying that for years just because neighbors across the street, they always had friends coming over. And I don't mind them parking, in front of our house and stuff. That's all fine. But they used to, drive 2 feet into the yard. Rainy, dry, didn't matter. They just parked there. So we still do. For the freaking 17 years we lived here, we get these tire ruts in our front lawn because people park out there going to other people's houses. It's like, I don't mind you parking there. Hell, I'd rather you just use their driveway. We're not leaving and doing stuff. Just have them pull in our driveway. That's fine. Rather than parking out in front and digging up the lawn. So I do have that old, get off my lawn attitude sometimes. It's just like they hit the mailbox and knock it out of the ground all the freaking time. At least 3 times a year. I've got something I'm going to do that if they hit it, it's just going to move it, and I'll just move it back, which will make it better. But, bit of the work to do it, and I'm almost afraid to, though, that they could cause more problems. At least now it can get set back up somewhat easy. If they really wanted to, they could destroy this, and then I'd have nothing, so. But I'm halfway tempted to move the mailbox to the other side of the driveway, and it would stop that. But it's like, just pull it out of your head, out of your other orifice, and not hit it. I mean, the thing is they constantly hit ours. We actually hit their mailbox once when we first moved here. Because their mailbox is in the kind of the same area as ours is, comparable. Our mailbox is in our yard, but from across the street, their driveway, it's about in the middle of their driveway. Same thing happens with their mailbox, is on the side of their driveway, but to us, on our double driveway, it's right in the middle of our double driveway. So you do have to, if you got 2 cars in there, it does make it more difficult. And I have had to make, a 3-point turn sometimes to come out. So I don't hit into anything, but I've actually never hit their mailbox. My wife did them one time. And anybody that's ever come over to visit, I always say, hey, when you're pulling out, watch out for the mailbox cross street. It kind of pops out on you. You don't think you're going to hit a mailbox when you're backing up because you're backing up like you normally would. But the placement of the mailbox on the street is a little weird. And I'm not sure what the rules are on changing them. I don't want to move it to the other side of the mailbox just because all in all, it's only going to take a few extra to go, to go that far, to go get it. But it's at a point in there, if the cars, if everybody's home, you can't see the mailbox from inside, and I don't like that, especially if I've got packages. More so, because I got a lot of business stuff going in and out through there, and I want to be able to watch my mailbox. So I don't necessarily want to move it, one, because of that reason. I don't know if I can without having to go through the post office. I've never, thought about having to try to move the mailbox, but I could move it into the middle of the front yard on the road, but then it's going to look goofy. Who puts their mailbox right there? Everybody puts them beside their driveway, so. We'll see. We're not really friends with them, but they're fine people, and I don't have any problem with them overall for the most part, and it's just some of the silly stuff. I think what really was, is probably about halfway of living here about 8 years ago, 7 years ago. I actually finally seen somebody actually hit the mailbox, and it was actually, the owner of the house in his big old truck, and I think what really just drove me off the edge on that and just made it even worse was he knew he hit the mailbox. You could see that he's seen it in the rearview mirror. He stopped. He knew he had hit it. But he needed an extra 7 inches to be able to turn, so he didn't have to make a 2-point turn. So what does he do? He keeps going. He just literally stops, hits it. When he hit it, he stopped going, oh, I hit it. But then keeps going. That just, it drove me nuts. And now that is one of the reasons why I have all these security cameras set up, because, I've told them about this before, and they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, now I do, because I have video of it, dummy. So, and what is a little weird, I guess maybe not weird, they know we have cameras set up now. And now I'm trying to think about the last time it actually got bent over out of the ground. It's been touched a few times where it moves an inch or two. Not bad. But the last time I got a full knockover was before I got the cameras, because I actually don't have a full knockover on the camera. I've got taps, but not the full knockover pushes that we were getting. So I guess that was one way of stopping, being a little side handy with making, hey, look, I have a camera now watching my door, my mailbox, my driveway. Are you going to keep hitting it now that I have proof that you're doing it? So, let's see where we're at here. Hour 10, hour 11. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and stop right there. It's not the full row, because like I said, I don't like stopping on full rows anymore. Longer the project, too many more times do I have to recount all that to make sure I'm on it. So, anyway, I do thank everybody for joining us, checking it out. So I almost want to go a little further, but I do need to go pee now too. So thanks for everybody for dropping in. If you're checking us out live, if you're watching us later, great. Don't forget to give us likes, shares. You can give those anytime. I don't have to be live for that to happen. All the little likes and shares actually help us get up in their little algorithm things to give us more views and all that. So don't forget to get those out there. I do appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that stops by. Appreciate everybody that goes and orders something from us. It's great to have every one of you do all that. I really, really appreciate it. If it wasn't for the fact of having customers and people that watch us, we wouldn't be doing the live streams. We wouldn't be having the business as we have it now and making new things all the time. So don't forget to check us out next Monday night. We'll be back on our live stream. But I do hope you all have a great, great weekend. And we will check you out on Monday night. Peace.